Hello, students. Welcome to the class. So, during this series of lectures, I'm going to help you to get the better score in your reading and your listening section. Initially, we are going to start with the reading section, and I'm going to tell you the different strategies that can help you to achieve your desired score with a little bit help of the grammar. So, to start with, first of all, we all should be aware about what are the different type of words that are being used to form one particular sentence. In English, that is known as part of speech. So what is part of speech? So it is the combination of nine different terms that helps you to create the sentence. Now, each and every term has different meaning and different usage. If you are able to identify their forms, then you are not going to struggle anywhere in your listening and reading section. So let's first understand which are them. So the first one, that is noun. What is noun? So noun is the term that refers to a person, place, object, animal, or feelings. Any sort of these words would be considered under noun. So to help you understand it quickly, what I've done is I've written one sentence at the back. If you see, there is one sentence which has different words clubbed together, and we are going to identify the noun from this sentence. So let's first see, let's try to identify person. So do we see any word in this line that refers to a person? Just see and check. Okay, so this is the word friends, which is the correspondence of a person. So friends is a noun. Is there any other word that refers to a person? Doesn't seem so. Let's look at the next term, which is place. So place is what? Any location at which we are performing the action or the reference to that location. Do we have anything which is referring to a location? No, doesn't seem so, right? So let's look at the object. Now, object is a wide term that covers everything under it. So, object you can refer to as a thing, something which is under the huge umbrella. So, if we refer over here, so cricket. So, cricket is object because it refers to one particular item, right? It's the name of game. So, that's why it is noun. Anything over there? So, yes, we have food. So anything that exists on earth would be considered under object. So food is also the noun. Then match. This is also the noun because it is also one of the things that is there on the earth. If we talk about the animal, so there is no animal in this line, but cat, dog, cow, these everything will be also considered under the animal. We have feeling as well. So happy, sad, overjoyed. So those feelings, the terms that are used to define those feelings are also the part of the noun. So by this, I hope you are able to understand and identify what are the noun. Now let's look at the next term, which is adjective. What is adjective and what is the purpose of adjective in your statement? So adjective is used to give you the details about noun. For an example, if we are referring to one chair, and someone asks you to describe the chair. So what you will do? You will talk about the size of the chair. This is big chair. small chair. You would talk about the color of the chair: red chair, black chair, white chair, brown chair. So those are the terms that describes your noun. Those are adjectives. So with respect to our sentence, let's first check, do we have any adjective in this? So first of all, you need to look at the noun. So cricket, friends, food, and match. So these are my nouns. What I have to do is I have to see any word that describes those terms. So anything that describes friends, close friends, no. Match, no, nothing about the match. But if we talk about cricket, then it is referring to the type of cricket, which is box cricket. So box is my adjective for cricket. Similarly, for the food, you have delicious. So delicious means tasty. So that is the adjective for my noun food. So we understood what is adjective now, which describes the noun. Now, if we look at the position of the adjective, then it is just near your noun. So most of the times you will find adjective and noun next to each other. Okay? So let's move to the next term, which is verb. Now, what is verb and what is the purpose of the verb? So the term that represents action. The action means going, sleeping, eating, running, singing, dancing. So a term that provide you the idea about any action, that has to put under the category of verb. So that is not the only term which is verb, because there are other terms as well which represents the state of being. Specifically, two specific terms, if you know. The one is to be and the other is to have. All the form of these two verbs should be considered under the verb as well, because those are supporting verbs, not the main verb. The word that represent the direct action can be considered under the main verb, and the word that helps you to form the sentence, either in terms of the situation or in terms of the possession. So the situation means being, state of being, and the possession means to showcase your right on something. That is your possession. So let's just try to find out what are the verbs that is available in this line. The first one, play, clearly mentions the action of playing. That is why it is verb. Then we have enjoy. So enjoy is also the verb because it defines that the food is being enjoyed. So enjoy and play are the two verbs in this line. In terms of the position of verb, then first of all, you will always find it in the second place, just after your subject. I is my subject which is performing the action of play, and the we is my another subject that performs the action of enjoy. So it would be majority of the time at the second place. If verb is not available in this line, then there has to be supporting verb, because without verb, sentence cannot be formed in any of the language, in any of the tense. The second purpose of your verb is to give you the details about the tense. You can refer to any language that exists on the earth. The tense of any particular sentence would be identified with the form of verb only. So that is why it is very much important. Okay, so after having the understanding of noun, adjective, and verb, we are moving to the fourth part of speech, which is adverb. Now, what is adverb? So one purpose of adverb is similar to adjective, right? We have just seen that adjectives are used to give you the details about noun. Similarly, by referring to the name of this term, you can say adverb, which means it gives you the details about verb, right? How the action is performed. For example, currently I am speaking, but how I am speaking, that particular term would be put under the category of adverb. For example, I am speaking loudly, I am speaking slowly, I am speaking fluently. So 90% of adverbs are ending with term ly. That is your adverb. Let's first see, do we have adverb in this line? So if you just look at this term, regularly, which is providing you details about how playing box cricket is referred. This word gives the details that box cricket is being played on the regular basis, maybe on the specific interval, weekly, monthly, daily. So how the action is performed, that gives you the details. That term is adverb. The other purpose of adjective is giving you the additional details about adjective. For example, you have gone out for a jogging in the morning, and after jogging for 2 hours, you get back to your home and say that I am tired. So the tired is what? Adjective. It is giving you the state of yourself at that point of time. But if you want to say I am very tired, so the term that you have used, very, which enhances the details of tiredness. So the very is also one adverb. Similarly, most, highest, lowest, all the superlative degree words would be put under the category of adverb. Okay, so let's move to the next category, which is preposition. Now, what is preposition? So, if you refer to this term, preposition is mainly used to provide you three details in the sentence. One is either time, second is place, and the third is relation. Without preposition, your sentence would be meaningless. For an example, if you are referring to one mobile phone which is placed just on the table, so the sentence would be the mobile phone is on the table. Now here you have referred term on, which is giving you the place, which is giving you the place of the mobile phone. But if you just form the entire sentence without the term on, then the sentence would form like mobile phone is table. Now the meaning of the sentence entirely changes. So the appropriate usage of preposition is very much needed when we are forming the sentence. So similarly, the terms that used to describe the time is also the preposition, and to showcase the relation is also the preposition. So let's first see place. So we have already seen the place is not available in this line. Do we have time? So yes, we have time. Match. But after the match. So this gives you the details that food is enjoyed but only after the match, not before the match. So if you change the preposition, the meaning of the sentence changes. It entirely changes the time of that action. Okay? And let's say relation. Do we have anything about the relation? Yes, we have friends. I play box cricket, my friends. So without this with, your sentence is meaningless because this with represent that the cricket is being played with the friends. But if you just change this without my friends, then it certainly changes the meaning of the word, right? Let's look at the conjunction. What is conjunction? Conjunction is the term that combines two words or sentences. What do we mean that combining two word or sentences? So let's again refer to the example of chair. So you have a task of describing a chair. So how you will do that? So first you will say the chair is black. You describe about the color of the chair. And then you talk about that chair is comfortable. So what you did? You are making another statement. However, the main subject of both the sentences is same, which is the chair. So if you want to say the same thing within the one line, then you will combine these two lines and say the chair is black and comfortable. What you did? You added conjunction in that line. And with the help of that, you were able to combine those two sentences. So there are different type of conjunctions, maybe contradictory, maybe reasoning, or maybe providing the order. So before, after, and, or, therefore, so, because, however, but. So all of them are conjunctions. Do we have conjunction over there? Yes, we have. This is the conjunctions that has combined two lines together. We play box cricket with my friends and we enjoy delicious food after the match. So here the and is used to combine these two lines. Okay, so next move to the next category, which is pronoun. Now, pronoun is the term that is alternative of noun. So if you are referring to a person and you don't know his name, right? So when you are talking with your friend and you want to point out at someone, so what you'll say? Look at that person. He seems to be someone. So after pointing out that person, you suddenly shifted towards the term called he. So all those terms like I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. All these terms are pronoun. Do we have these many pronouns only? So no, there are different forms of the pronoun as well. So this particular form which we have just seen is the subjective form. Now what do we mean by subjective form? So subjective form is something that is used as a subject. For example, here we have two sentences. Sentence number one and then sentence number two. If you just pay attention toward the starting of them, so it started with I and we. So the first word of any sentence is a subject, usually. So here, I and we both are used as your subject. That is why it is known as subjective pronoun, and that form is used the most in the English language. So, what other form that we have? So, the second most used form is a relative form. For example, my, our, your, his, her, its, and their. Self correction. Okay. My, our, your, his, her, its, and their. So this is the second verb form. I would say second pronoun form that is used in the English language. Now, what is the purpose of this? So, this form is known as the relative form because it provides the relation. If you just look at this, my. So, this my is used to provide the relation with friends. I would have formed the sentence I play box cricket with friends. But if I put my, then it gives the detail about the friends are my friends, right? Or I can write the other way, like I play box cricket with my brother's friends. So it changes. I play box cricket with his friends. So that also changes. So this term provides the ownership of the next noun. Clear? The next one, interjection. Now, what is interjection? So, whenever we are expressing strong emotion or sudden exclamations, for example, yay, we won the match. So, there was strong emotion. The term that was yay. This is interjection. Wow, that is wonderful. So, you used wow to describe your strong emotion. So those words are known as interjections. The last one, which is not always being considered as the part of speech, but yes, many of the time we put under that, that is article. Now, what is article? So, articles are the term that are used with noun and it should be countable, usually, right? So there are two parts. One part is A and N. Those are singular articles. The, that is usually plural article. Along with that, there is one another bifurcation. If you see over here, the match, because we are already clear that we are talking about the box cricket match. That is why the term over here is the match. Okay? So I hope you should be now having the clear understanding about the part of speech, which are them and what are the locations of them. In the coming lecture, we are going to look at the rules that are going to help you to solve your reading and listening section very easily.